G'day guys, welcome back to the Aussie Gooner channel, and yes, have I got co-hosts? I have co-hosts. I have Scott here, but Scott, how you going, bro? Scott, I know I'm going to go to you first. Arsenal fan, I'm going to go to you first. I'm not talking about nothing else but you. How you going?
Mate, doing well. Happy as Larry. Who couldn't be after a result like that against the Chelsea boys? Pumped.
Well, honestly, I am jumping for joy. 3 points when I thought we were going to get fucking none. Borg, football capital. It's been a long time since I've seen you, mate. Honestly, it's just been so fucking long, mate. I miss you.
And it's been a while, since last night, Mr. Shakeman Soul hooking it up, a bit of a boat party. You know, let to sell our souls for a night.
Yeah, a couple of sellouts. Anyone but Liverpool, bro. You know, anyone but Liverpool.
Mate.
Hey, look, we were planning to steal this Premier League trophy, bro, because it's the closest we're going to get to the trophy anytime soon. So, I mean, we just got a new manager, so you never know. 21 is coming maybe next season. You never know. Quick turnaround.
Ollie was the new manager at one point. So was Ralph. Yeah. You've had plenty of new managers. They just haven't been able to work with what you got, man.
Yeah, well, mate, keeping him in the job is not helping as well. But yeah, look, we had a good night last night. Shakeman is sorting us up, hooking it up for the boys. But yeah, look, in terms of football, and not the best weeks for me, even though I did predict the 4. Well, I said 4-1, but it was 4-0 for me. But you guys bouncing back like double D's on a treadmill. It's good to see the smiles.
Mate, the bounce, mate. I honestly was unexpected.
Bounce back FC.
Bro.
Bounce back FC.
Bro, out of nowhere, mate. Out of fucking nowhere, mate. Like, seriously, this is one of those ones where you're crossing the road, then you get hit by a bus. Thing came out of fucking nowhere, dead. And I mean, that's what happened to Chelsea in this, mate. They came out here thinking it's all going to be shits and giggles, and I thought it was going to be too, you know? Fucking just going to fucking run over us, you know? Royally Remus. I saw the fucking formation. I don't know if Borg saw it. I don't know if Squat saw it. When you guys saw the formation, I know there was a couple of different fucking sites you could have gone to see it, but if you're watching it on Optus, you would have noticed we were playing 3 in the back. What did you guys think of the formation Arteta came out with? Because it was... I thought he'd go with 4 in the middle, but I didn't think he was going to go 3 in the back.
For me, I think the first thing that stood out for me, because I don't know about you, but I came into this thinking we were going to get decimated by Chelsea because we've been dreadful and we've lost to 3 really, poor teams before this. But the first thing that stood out to me was that we had players playing in their correct positions. And to me, this is one of the things that worries me with Mikel is he likes to tinker sometimes, or he likes to be a little bit too clever, but we saw Xhaka in the middle. We saw Elneny in the middle. And I have no issue with Elneny being in there. He's the perfect squad player. Doesn't complain, doesn't scream for more time. Right. And when he comes in, he's not going to win you the game, but he's just going to do some clean passing. He'll work hard. He'll tackle. So when I saw everyone in their natural positions, I was stoked. Eddie Nketiah, I'm not going to lie, let's put our cards on the table. I saw him up front and thought, oh Lord, it's going to be a long one. But everyone in their natural positions, we can get results.
Hey, honestly, I looked at the formation, I was worried. To be perfectly honest, I saw that formation, I thought, fuck, Ben White on the right-hand side. That scared me a little bit. I didn't worry about Elneny as much because I know Elneny's going to put a shift in regardless when he plays, how he plays. And the Nketiah part, and the Nketiah bit, I looked at Nketiah up front and thought, we don't have options. You know what I mean? It's the problem with Arsenal right now. Up front, we ain't got options. It's either Nketiah or Lacazette, and both of them scoring a goal. Fuck. When? Like, I mean, he's done it. Nketiah's done it this time, but when's he going to fucking do it again? I mean, you're not going to sit your fucking watch on him. This guy's fucking, he's a bit of a fucking shambles, but he showed up in this. Butcher, did you see the formation? What did you reckon? Because, I mean, I know you're playing the game, bro. What did you think? Look, it fucking flipped me out.
I think it was the last game. Maybe we did the review, and I was asking you, like, why isn't Elneny starting more often? Especially when you guys got like plays like Party out, and you had a few more injuries a few weeks ago. Like, why isn't this guy getting a go? All right, he's probably not the best in the world, but he's probably decent at doing that one job that you probably need. In the midfield. In terms of surprises, maybe the whole Nketiah up front instead of Martinelli, which was like, okay. Maybe he's trying something new. Maybe he's seen something in training. But then again, is this the first double he's scored, and he hasn't scored in how long, Nketiah, in the Prem? been a
Correct
while.
me if I'm wrong. I don't think he'd scored a Prem goal this season.
Has he? I think this is
Not
his
this
first
season. He scored before. Yeah, he scored before. This is his first time, and it was a double. And he's never scored a double since he's
in the
been
Premier League.
in the Prem. But the interesting thing more for me was looking at that Chelsea lineup, and I think Tuchel I don't think he came into this game respecting Arsenal. I mean, no matter what form they're in, you got to put your strongest team out there. What are you resting players for? I looked at that lineup. I'm looking at some of the Chelsea players, and I'm like, this Sarr, I haven't seen it. I can't remember when the last time I seen this guy get on a football pitch. You got who was on Rudiger. Rudiger wasn't even in the squad, I don't think.
Havertz on the bench.
Yeah. Havertz on the bench. Thiago Silva on the bench as well. And it's like, what's the angle you're taking here? I mean, you're at home, you need a win. Obviously, they couldn't fill the stadium because of the whole ticket situation, but still the fans are still rocking up. They're putting in the effort. I mean, that was a bit of a shocking thing for me. And plus, I mean, look, I told you, Steve, already that we're out of the Champions League or top 4 and all that, but at least give us that glimmer of hope and put a strong team out there. And I was saying there was a conspiracy with, or Ralph Radnick's coaches are going to sort us out. Klopp smacks us up and then Tuchel loses to you guys. I mean, these guys, I go, what's going on here, bro? He sent the wrong message. But that was me. When I looked at Chelsea lineup, I looked at that Chelsea lineup. I'm like, oh, you know what? You guys are in for it today, because if Arsenal, and we've seen it from the first minute, bro, you guys were shutting him down and they look clueless. N'Golo Kante in the midfield. I think his legs are gone, bro. That's how many mistakes now. Champions League, it's because of him. This game because of him. A few other games as well. I think it's time to replace. So, I don't know.
You know what? Touching on that and the squads, because a lot of people are talking about this, and Gooners are talking about this. It wasn't the best Chelsea squad and we won. What are you celebrating for? I hate this shit, right? It's a London rival. Scott, was Arsenal at its strongest?
Certainly not.
Right?
No.
Missing our starting left back.
Available.
Huh?
A strongest available.
Strongest available, but we were not the strongest we could be. Now, the thing is, we went out there. No, our starting left back wasn't available, and he's not going to be. Our starting centre midfielder besides Xhaka is not there, so he's out the window. Takahiro Tomiyasu, who I reckon is a great right back, is not there. So as much as everyone's saying that, Chelsea went in with a weakened squad, we went in there not because we wanted. We went in there weak, not because we wanted to, but because we had to. So now when we go out there and field the strongest fucking possible team we can, right, get a win, everybody's going to get on the Chelsea was a pushover. They didn't field their strongest squad. Why isn't everyone saying Tuchel fucked up and focusing on Tuchel and dropping 3 points? I mean, end of the day, a team, and I don't know if you guys agree, can only beat what's in front of them. And if you decide to put out a weakened fucking squad, I don't care if you're Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger, and Mourinho. If you lose the fucking game because you didn't put out your best squad, you can't take away from the other team winning. I mean, what do you guys? Do you guys agree? What do you mean?
Look, I think our fans disappointed me most, to be honest. And this is a problem with our fan base because, don't get me wrong, at various points throughout the season, I've kind of toed and froed with my thoughts on Mikel Arteta. And that's because he's capable of doing some brilliant things. No one questions that. But he also does some really stupid stuff. Like, there have been some mistakes that have been made. So you've got to praise and criticize in isolation. But some of our fans are so deep in their narrative either way, like either Arteta in and they won't say anything negative, even when it's clear as mud, or they're Arteta out to the point where they can't even get enjoyment from 3 points at Stamford Bridge. If I ever get to the point, I don't care who's playing. I don't care if Chelsea had their under-5s there. I'd want to smack them up. If we ever get to the point where we as fans can't enjoy an away win at Stamford Bridge, what are you doing? Why are you even bothering turning on the TV, getting out of bed, or rocking up to the match? It's people are letting their agenda dominate, and it's wrong.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, 100%, man. What was the original question? He's the lineup. I mean,
both teams lead the weekend lineup, and people whinging about us beating a weakened Chelsea.
I think Chelsea fans are putting it on Tuchel in this game. He got it wrong, and they're all complaining about that. He got it wrong. I don't think with the Arsenal fan base, so what if that's the lineup and you guys won? Because if you guys lost, they would have been saying, "Oh, we didn't win," and look at that, a weak lineup.
Yep.
So it always goes both ways, and this is the same as the United fan base this season. This season for us, it was when Ollie was still there. He goes, "When we win a game, it's because freestyle football. It's vibes FC. We're just vibing, and it's it's not because the manager we won. It's because the players on the field, they're not listening to anything the manager's saying. They're doing what they want, and they're getting the result. But then when we lose, it's Ollie's fault. But where was the freestyle football when we lose? Same as now. No one talks about the freestyle football now. No one talks about anything because now all of a sudden the players that wanted Ollie out and diehard Ollie out, like Scott's saying, any excuse, but we won, but we versed this team and that's a rubbish team. They're not saying anything now because they know the players are not good enough. And with the Arsenal fan base, it's like, who cares what? Bro, back in the day, Man United, Arsenal, when they were in the cups, bro, we'll put the kids on. I remember we beat you guys with Rafael and Fabio in the midfield, and what now? A win's a win.
Yeah, a win's a win.
And the thing is, for Arsenal at the stage where you guys are now, it's an important 3 points after 3 games.
Exactly.
Like no one's dismissing. No Arsenal fans dismissing the ones that are celebrating this victory. They're not dismissing the 3 games on the bounce. Ooh, shocking. And you criticize the managers, you criticize the players. But what? You win away at Stamford Bridge. When's the last time you guys won at Stamford Bridge? It hasn't been what Van Persie played that 6-2 or something. Or am I wrong? Is it that hammering? Years ago.
I think we did them last year.
But it's a rare occasion. It's a rare occasion. Let's just say that. Yeah, it's a rare occasion.
Sleep.
I'm pretty sure we did them last season. I think it was 1-0.
But it's a rare occasion, right? It's a rare occasion. Yeah, Martinelli. Oh no, who was it? Martinelli away?
Martinelli went through.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, but it's a rare occasion away at your rivals. I mean, Fergie always used to say, win your home games and at least get a draw away. And when you get a win at Chelsea, who are third, even with the Abramovich leaving and all that, they've hit some form. They beat Real Madrid a couple of weeks ago. Now Arsenal, with this squad, you're beating them. Even with the team that Chelsea did have out, they should have been doing better than what they did. But the Arsenal players stepped up to the occasion and stopped them playing. But why can't you just celebrate that win for a week at least till you get slapped up on Saturday? I mean,
and you see, this is a Man United fan with his head up his ass, but he made a good point up until the end. But it's all right. It's all right. He was on the Sheikh Mansour fucking drink, mate. He was just going boom. He's still fucked up, so it's all right. He's a bit, how you going? But he's still got some facts. He's still got some facts there. Why can't we celebrate? Right? Why can't we celebrate? We're having other people sitting there trying to be negative Nancy. Everyone understands that we've just dropped 9 points, right? Prior to this. End of the day, you can slate the manager when he does fucking poorly, right? Fair enough. Fuck him up. When the team's losing, hammer him. But when they win a game, you go looking for excuses to slate him again. Yeah. The fuck? Get your head out of your asses, Look, you want to be fucking, if you want to be fucking one track mind, shut the fuck up. Because end of the day, you're not open to any other fucking discussion, but I want the manager out. Yeah. And who are you going to replace him with? Sweet fuck all. Yeah, you got no other answer but Arteta out. If that's all you got, fuck off. Look, if you ain't got more to the context than just Arteta out or Arteta in, you got fucking problems up here. And that's just it in a nutshell. You need to fucking go in a little bit further with your argument, right? You need to actually dig into it and see what it is to get a manager. But look, moving on, when we first kicked off this game, we were on the back foot. Nketiah gets that fucking first goal, and that was a mistake, right? That was a mistake. That's the first mistake that fucking Chelsea have sort of made. I think it was Christensen. He tried to, I don't know if he was clearing it. He was passing it back. Maybe pass back. And he fucked it. Puts it on a plate for Nketiah. It was a good finish from Nketiah. Because I think, in my opinion, I was thinking if that was Lacazette, that's on the M4, bro.
Yeah.
You know what? Even with that, Steve, as football fans, we always look at it in a perspective of your team. Yeah. For Chelsea fans, they look at that first goal, and it's a mistake. For Arsenal fans, it should be great work because he pressed him and he forced the mistake. So I didn't get this whole narrative about, it's because he made a poor pass. No, but why did he make a poor pass?
Exactly.
If Nketiah's not pressing, then he doesn't make that silly pass. If it's Lacazette's not going to do that. He's not going to run at that player from what I've seen in the last couple of games, right? So, yeah, you got to look. You can't just be like, oh, he made a mistake and we gave him this many goals and that many. Like, look at Tuchel at the end in his interviews. Oh, yeah, it should have been 5. So, like, we scored 5. Shut up, bro. You're blaming the field, the pitch. What?
It's your pitch.
One team's playing on it. It's only you. Arsenal are playing on the AstroTurf. What? Like, it's like, I don't get it. So it's like you got to give credit to Nketiah for that first goal. I don't care about your mistake. It's your fault you made the mistake. Why'd you make the mistake? You have to bring it back.
Precisely.
Even before that, why did Arsenal make him pass back? Because all the options forward were blocked off. Every channel was blocked. So we have to go back. Nketiah presses, bad back pass, the loss of concentration, and guess what happens? Back of the net. Go pick that one out, Mendy. So yeah, I'm not into that narrative of it's a mistake by them, therefore it doesn't count. Doesn't count now because it's a mistake by Chelsea. Arsenal fans still wake up.
Counts as double for me. I enjoy them more.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
Mate, it's piss poor. You see,
I still enjoy the Gerrard slip. I still enjoy that one.
Replay all day. Fucking watching that shit, bro. How many views on that one clip? How many views from fucking the football capital, bro?
Probably like a million just from me.
Someone got a fucking he's sitting on a boat. Thank you, football capital. Cheers for that.
Yeah. That was a lot boat from last night.
Look, football is played. It's fine margins in football, right? And in football, this is what gets to me. If you guys think it's ballet, right, and then we're going to score a perfect goal where the other team makes no fucking mistakes and we score it because our attack is so good, you got your head up your ass. The whole point of football is to shake up the defense, right, stretch them, create an opening, and then take advantage of it. You're trying to force mistakes from the other team, whether it be the goalkeeper, the defenders, a midfielder. You have to understand this. And if you don't know this about football, then you shouldn't be talking about it. Because at the end of the day, when you play a fucking game, it comes down to an individual error sometimes. One individual error can start off a chain reaction in a game that leads to a goal. And it can decimate another team. Do you know what I mean, Scott? I mean,
Mate, it's what we saw. You've just summed up what we saw in this match. We shook them up, man. Chelsea, make no mistakes, there's a lot of pressure around that club at the moment. I had a debate on our show the other night. One of our co-hosts is a Chelsea fan, and he was kind of trying to say that it's a blip, but I don't think Chelsea are at the point where it's a blip at the moment. They beat Real Madrid, but they got knocked out of the Champions League. They're going to get smacked up by Liverpool in that FA Cup final, the way Chelsea are. And I'll put it out there at the moment. I'll say it. I don't mind. You boys know I don't mind making a bold prediction, locking it in.
Is that a lock?
It's a lock.
It's Liverpool a lock. Lock it in, Eddie.
We've got the ownership problems there. You've got Azpilicueta going and fighting with fans and having an argument. Like the club has a lot of pressure at the moment. So when your coach is coming out at your home ground and blaming your own pitch, you know that all's not well. And for me, I was just happy we could pressure them. Add to that, Eddie and Nketiah, I thought, as well as Saka and all the boys up there, press Chelsea into pressure and into mistakes. And once that first one went in, even though they equalised a couple of times, we were always the team in the ascendancy for me.
That's fact. We looked like we were going to come at them again. And that's what I was surprised with. I don't know, Borcher, if you can agree. When I was watching this game, I'm like, it looks like we can get another goal here because it was just coming out of nothing. It was coming out of nothing. Out of nowhere, we'd press them, we'd counter them, and they'd be all over the joint. And yes, they did equalise after Nketiah from a mistake. A Ben White error. He made an error. He allowed Werner to go in on his right-hand side. He gave him too much room. Yes, it bobbled in. Maybe he should have been tighter. We'll call that a mistake. There you go, Tuchel. Arsenal made one for you as well. Fuck you, mate. From me, mate. Like, seriously. No shit. No, fuck you, mate. He's a little bitch. You made a fucking mistake. Yeah. You made a mistake. You put a shit line up out there. Your boys fucked up. Take it on the chin, mate.
Yeah, but at the same time, you look at the goals that you guys conceded, and that Werner one for me, there was if you like just freeze frame it or you just watch
little bit
maybe
tighter.
5 seconds before, 5 seconds after, or whatever. It's like
he should have been tighter. I reckon he should have been tighter on him.
Not just that, even the positioning of the goalkeeper again, knee post.
Yeah, knee post.
He should be getting there. And there's so many times, and this I like. no matter, it doesn't matter what team it is, like whether it's Arsenal, Man United, and all that. And I see the same mistakes. Like, just say, to give example, David De Gea. Like, I always complain. I'm like, how many times does this guy just go with his feet when he can just go down with his hands and make the save? And that second Salah goal, which was a great goal, he could have saved it if he went with his hands. Just dive to your right hand side, you make the saves, but you go with your feet, and it kind of cuts you a bit short. And even with Ramsdale, that's how many times in the last couple of weeks have you been beaten knee post? And then there was a few times in other games as well. Where you guys ended up getting the result, so it didn't really matter. But these are the things that you got to pick up on, because up against, I don't know, maybe let's just say this weekend against United, if you let another knee post goal, that's what I'm saying, and it's a knee post, which should be like, you should be saving that. You should be saving that. And then you've got a few more fixtures against Tottenham on the way coming up. And you see some of the goals that Spurs score, it's all tucked into that knee post. Son, Kane, Kulusevski. That Kulusevski goal against Leeds, cutting on his left foot, bang, knee post to the keeper. And Ramsdale has got to cover that. I mean, that was very poor, not just because of the mistake beforehand and maybe should have been closed down. One, it's Werner from outside the box, and it's your new post. So and
you give him your right foot.
Yeah, there you go.
Go on your right, bro. I don't rate ya.
This is the guy that on the goal line will hit the post, crossbar, and the other post all in the space of 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So, a bit disappointing there, not closing him down. But the thing, and this is what I said to you, Steve, with Arsenal, every time they conceded this season, they never put their heads down.
Yeah,
and especially the younger players as well. You expect it from the experienced boys, but the younger players get the ball, let's go again. Whether at my club, it's a bit different. First 5 minutes, the captain's heads down. Game's game over for us. But I've noticed for you guys all year, I don't know, maybe it's mentality that maybe Arteta has put into these young players.
Yeah,
they just didn't give up. Yeah, no worries. One goal, we'll get it back, and we can see it again. Now we'll get it back again. And they kept fighting all the way till they kept make sure that Chelsea were making mistakes, bro.
And he has to take credit for the mentality. So sorry to cut you off.
No, please.
And again, this is, I've said it a few times this stream because I think our fan base needs to hear it. Praise and criticize in isolation. Don't have an agenda. Judge what you see. And one thing that we can say, having watched them play under Emery, having watched them play towards the end of Arsene Wenger's tenure, when the going got tough, the squad would just fold and buckle, heads down, heads dropped. Arteta has to take credit for that because the culture has to come from the top. He is the person that has the most contact with those players. So if they've got a good mentality and they're fighting and they're not letting their heads drop, he needs to take credit for that. So I think you're right pointing that out because it's something that maybe we've taken for granted this season, that they are starting to fight, which is hard for young players.
And you know what? It is a young squad, and I was worried about that. I always thought to myself, you need an older player to be the leader, to be the captain, the Lacazette to come in there and to fucking captain the squad. But in this game, you know what I mean? It's a bunch of juniors. The whole lot. It's a bunch of juniors. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know Rob Holding's in there. Elneny's in there. Xhaka's in there. These are the players that are in there. And still, no one dropped their heads. Xhaka didn't do anything stupid when he could have. When you saw when it got all argy-bargy, it looked like he was about to freaking headbutt someone. He didn't do nothing. He held himself back. Yep, bit of restraint there from Xhaka. Well done, mate. Well done, mate. But this whole game was back and forth. Great for a fucking neutral. It looked like a tennis game between Nadal and Federer. Seriously, back and forth, back and forth. But we came out. I mean, the goal from ESR. That goal from ESR. The build-up play came from Xhaka. Did you see? Xhaka started this. And this is what gets to me. I mean, I don't like Xhaka. I fucking hate him. But when he does good, I can't say nothing. In this game, he wasn't bad. That ball that was put out there was from Xhaka. He started the attack, and it goes right down the right hand side. Instead of going all the way down the wing and then cutting in, this time, Bukayo Saka cuts in early, gets the ball to Odegaard. Odegaard, ESR, Merry Christmas. And again, everyone's going to say, well, where was Kante? I don't give a shit. He's wearing the wrong colours. He could be getting me a fucking pie for all I give a shit.
That's what Chelsea fans should be asking themselves, not Arsenal fans asking where Kante is. Where do you want him? Do you want him to be on ESR so he doesn't score? It shouldn't be worried about that. That should be worried. That Chelsea fans should worry about that. Chelsea fans should be questioning Tuchel about why aren't you starting other players? Maybe Jorginho, he hasn't been the best either, but why aren't you starting someone else instead of Kante, where he's consistently made the same mistakes? Like I said with Ramsdale, same mistakes, nothing's changing. Same with Kante, same mistakes, not tracking back, legs are gone. Kante is not the same Kante everyone keeps bragging about when he was at Leicester, then came to Chelsea the first couple of seasons. He's not the same guy.
Jorginho was meant to be winning the Ballon d'Or a few months ago.
Yeah.
He was. He's won it. He won it. It was on paper, mate. You know, locked
this
in. Like
the thing
said,
when you gas up your players. And I know we cop a lot of flack for this, but Chelsea are amongst the worst in the league for this. They gas a player up so much. Everyone knows Jorginho is a good, consistent midfielder.
Yeah,
he's a Ballon d'Or player. And even if they'd started Jorginho in this match, I don't think it makes a difference because we upped the pace of the game. It was our play, it was our attack, it was our setup and our enthusiasm that made them off pace. They couldn't keep up. Don't think it's not like Kante was walking around, looking for a milkshake. He just couldn't keep up because we played with a lot of pace. And with a young team, with a team of young athletes who are hungry, I would hope at the bare minimum that we are pressing, we are chasing, and we are playing with a high tempo. That's a minimum expectation from this squad.
Look, end of the day, we want our boys to go out there with the enthusiasm. We want them to drive for the club. Leave it out on the pitch. Win, lose, or draw. If you leave it out on the pitch and you show us that you fucking busted your ass, but you've lost the game, at least then the fans are going to say, there's nothing more. The boys are spent. But if you come off there feeling fucking great, ready to hit the fucking nightclubs, well, we're going to have the fucking shits, you know what I mean? There'll be none of that. Look, this game went back and forth, and to be perfectly honest, by the end of it, there was what some would say a little controversy on the Saka penalty. I say no. I say penalty because when you're a defender, you're in the box, you're on top of a player, you're nowhere near a ball, you're looking like you're trying to fucking get familiar in a way because it looked fucking wrong.
I don't know who's trying to get familiar though, bro.
It looked like Azpilicueta was trying to fucking, sexually harass fucking Saka.
Armbar settings, bro. Armbar settings.
You know what I mean?
And the building. What's going on?
I'm sorry, bro.
I know, bro.
Azpilicueta is a professional. He knew what he was fucking doing, plain and fucking simple. He's taking a player out of the fucking game. That's what he was doing.
You know what, Steve? I'll give you the benefit of the doubt here. To be honest, I don't think it was a penalty. But there's a few decisions.
Was it not a foul?
No, I think Saka was pulling him down. That's why he was on top of him. That's what it looked like for me. But I don't really care because that penalty that you guys should have got maybe against City, the clear-cut ones that you guys don't get. So that, when they say it kind of balances out throughout the season, maybe this was the one.
There's no balance to me. That was 100%, man. Because you know what? Azpilicueta made the mistake of having both arms around. Now, if he doesn't put both arms around Saka... If you're going to arm lock, the arm has to be under your armpit. So he's had his arm around him, giving him a hug, both arms. Good on Saka for doing it. I have no issue.
He was grabbing his hands. He was like, come with me, bro. Watch this. Hey, Scott, like you say, the dark arts, bro. The dark arts.
I love them dark arts.
Take it, bro. You take it. Because
Saka wasn't taking it. That was a problem.
Because back in the days when Diego Costa up against Arsenal, he was all about the dark arts, getting some of your players sent off for no reason.
Yeah, I remember that. Fucking getting into brawls and shit.
Yeah, so like
get him back.
Oh, he's back. Yeah.
Look, I think at the end of the day, the 4-2 wasn't what I was expecting. No one else.
Just a quick one. Sorry, Steve, to cut you off. Yeah. Good on Saka for stepping up. Yeah, after the Euro penalty that he missed, he copped a lot of. Not just abuse but racial abuse as well.
Yeah,
that picking up that ball in probably one of the biggest games that you will probably play, even though they're already up 3-2. Just put that nail in the coffin for Chelsea. Good on him, right? Good on him. It was good to see that.
He sent Mini the wrong way.
Step up sent him the wrong way. So good on him.
Yeah, no, big up, man, big up. I mean, Saka, to be honest, when he was taking his own penalty, I was like, oh wow. Even I said, he's taking his own penalty. Okay, you know what I mean? And to send him the wrong way, facts there. Honestly, I didn't expect this to go 4-2, but I'll take it all fucking day. Leading up to the game that we've got against that fucker down there. Our boys need to go in there on a high. I just think that coming out of this game, we yes, we won the game, but there's a lot of things that we've seen. And I think from from our mistakes and blah blah blah. Aaron Ramsdale, yeah, he needs to start working on his fucking positioning and taking care of that near post. I think Ben White as a defender needs to understand that he has to get tight to his men sometimes, right? The other thing is, I'm starting to believe he's a bit of a soft cock defender. I had enough of him on his ass. You're a big boy. You're a defender. You're supposed to be putting players down, not the other way around. Timo Werner is the size of my fucking phone, mate. Yeah? You're a big boy. Take care of him, mate. You got to take him down. You got to take him down. I've had enough of this. He cost us the goal against Southampton. That was his ass. The Timo Werner and then the ball in from the right hand side that got to Aspilicueta. Again, he's on his ass. So I think that's something that they really have to work on. And if Arteta isn't saying something, he'd be insane. I just think he's starting to look a little bit soft for me. I don't know what you guys reckon, but as a defender, he's
lucky we have Saliba.
Oh, we never know.
Someone come. Yeah, that's it. No, look, I mean, he's had a couple of questionable moments, but I think overall he's been all right. I'm not going to dig him out too much, but he does need to make sure that when he's up against it, and especially against bigger players, because like you said, Timo Werner's not the most potent striker and he's not the biggest fella, so he needs to be ready for that battle. But I did think they handled Lukaku quite well. I mean, we saw what he did to us early in the season.
Yeah.
And we did keep him quiet. I thought it's in the script. Here we go. Lukaku will come back. He'll score again.
I was thinking that.
Find that Arsenal form. But, yeah, look, I think on the flip side, they handled him quite well. So, I'm not too concerned yet.
I think he's had a decent enough season to have them a bit of maybe a poor performance in him.
I think he just still works.
You know what I mean? You can't be perfect every single game, but I think his maybe the body of work that he's put in this year, one or two mistakes, and you've won, so it doesn't really, you know what I mean? When you play poor but you get the result, and it's only one player or two players, you can work on it. But when it's a whole team making mistakes and it's 80% of the season, then that's a different story. I think Ben White's been pretty decent. I mean, the start of the season, I know everyone was questioning the price tag and you're buying him, but then everyone was calling him the best centre back in the league next to Van Dijk. So, you know what I mean? You can't be just because he's got a couple of poor games now say that he's weak, he's rubbish, he's that. Yeah, he's got to work on it and you got to give him a bit of time. Remember, it's his first season at Arsenal, at a bigger club with bigger pressures than Brighton and some other teams. So, yeah, I don't think he's got anything to worry about at the moment. And plus, out of position. Oh, no, I know he's played right back before. Yeah, right back, usually in the centre. Isn't he usually in the centre for you guys?
Yeah, but he's played back three in a back three. He's played a back three and he plays right back. So I had to maybe shift a different position that he's maybe not so much used to. And look, they scored the goal in the 17th minute. So by the time he adjusted himself, I thought the rest of the game was okay still. Didn't make that many errors towards the back end. I don't think, not that I can remember. So yeah, nothing to worry about to me, to be honest. See, this is where I look at that and I know that the reason why he wasn't making as many errors is because that one Mohamed Elneny, not Mohamed Salah, decided to show up in this game and he covered his ass in that second half if you watch him. Elneny in that game, for me, honestly, he was fucking awesome. And there was a whole bunch of players out there, but I was going to ask you guys, your man of the match, Scott. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one. Can you go to Borche first? Give me a couple.
I reckon, I have to give it to Saka. I'll personally give it to Saka, to be honest. I know Nketiah scored the 2 goals. He did well, but I don't think it's always the goal scorers that should be getting the man of the match. Yes, Saka got one, and it was the pen. But I think the problems he was causing for Chelsea for the majority of the game, I think it'll go to him, to be honest. I'm not sure who ended up getting it, but
Eddie.
Did he get it? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought, I'll give it to Saka anyways.
Look, for me, I'll do the opposite then. I'll probably agree with Eddie getting it. When you factor in his game time, like the guy was nowhere near sharp. And he did have considerable pressure on him for both goals, but he was clinical. He did what he had to do, and that's not a word we've used to him. So I would say Eddie, but I have no issues with Saka or, even I thought Ødegaard had a good game. There were so many players that could have been it. They were all brilliant.
Yeah, mate, I couldn't agree with you more. For me, it was Saka. I looked at it as Bukayo Saka being man of the match. Just his work rate, his goals, his link-up play, the way he was tearing them up, it was phenomenal. I give big props to Elneny in this game. I think a guy that hasn't played fuck all for us shows up in this game and outclassed the starting midfielder beside him in Granit Xhaka. Even though Xhaka had a good game, Elneny he was in his shadow. Elneny was everywhere in this game. Saka, again, another great player and another great performance. And hopefully when we come up against those pricks, man, fucking United, we can fucking pull a Liverpool on their asses. Well, you know what I mean? It'll be a 4-4 because both defences are shit. So they'll score 4, we'll score 4. It'll end up being a draw. Great for a neutral.
Don't stress. He's a City fan anyway now. He parties with Sheikh Mansour.
Hey, don't be talking about the Sheikh. There'll be no talking about the Sheikh, right?
Yeah, you boys. I'm on to you too.
Oh, mate, you can be on to us.
You got to do what you got to do, bro. You got to do what you got to do, yeah?
I'm just salty I didn't get an invite. Let's be real. Bro, I just wanted to come as well.
It's called high rollers, bro. You got to move with the high rollers, man. You know what I mean? You can be on to us all you want, but in our corner, got the Sheikh, bro. You got the Sheikh, bro.
Yeah,
we had Bozza there too, bro. We had rubbing shoulders with Bozza having a laugh, and you know what? He's not a City supporter too, bro. But you never know. He's a bit dodgy, you know. He goes for whoever wins, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. They're always speaking about me, bro, and my team. I know what's gonna happen on the weekend. Bro. Do I bend over now or later?
Bro, look. End of the day, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I never know. We might have the honeymoon period for our new manager. Our new manager's been announced. It's not here. I've got the haircut. I've got it ready. I just don't have the Ten Hag beard happening. Hopefully, it grows by the weekend.
We'll organise one.
You know what I mean? But I might have to edit, Photoshop it in.
I'll talk to the Sheikh. He'll send one over, mate. Fresh.
Well, call your mate.
we know a guy now. It's all right. It's all good.
Know a guy, yeah.
Guys, look, that's it for another fucking episode, another fucking review of the Aussie Gooner and the shambolic Arsenal that we are. Nah, just joking. No, we did well. Honestly, guys, I really, really want to thank you guys for jumping on. Seriously, Scott. Scott, can you let everyone know where they can find you, please?
Yeah, I co-host a show called It's a Football Thing. We do that 2 nights a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:30. I do that with a United fan and a Chelsea fan. So if you get a minute, search the IFT pod on YouTube and go and watch me give it to them. And last night's show was brilliant.
You got to do it, guys. Honestly. You got to do it. It's a fellow gooner, mate. You know, just fucking getting back at him. I mean, don't get me wrong. We get fucked too sometimes, but it's good back and forth, you know? Borche, can you let everyone know where they can find you? I know everyone knows where you're at, but I got to let you do it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, the Football Capital, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter.
Sheikh Mansour's yacht.
On the yachts.
Sheikh Mansour's yacht.
Yeah.
If you want to... Hey, look, like I said, you know, they couldn't fill the boat. So they have to get the rival fans to come and do it, same as their stadium, you know. But also got the Arsenal Man United preview that's going to be dropping. Maybe by the time this video comes out, it'll already be out on my channel with Steve as well, on the boat, on Sheikh Mansour's boat. You know, we did a bit of a preview there.
Using the views.
You know, with the views. So yeah, go check that out as well.
Cheers, guys. Look, thank you guys for joining me again. And look, for everyone that's been watching, subscribe to these guys' channels. Give them a like this. Subscribe to this channel. Please support a fucking gooner. I mean, look what I'm doing. I'm hanging out with Sheikh Mansour so I can get us some fucking money so we can buy players. Look at what the Aussie Gooner does for the club. Seriously, look at the fucking devotion in Australia. Making shit happen, you know? But anyway, guys, look, from the Aussie Gooner, from everyone out here in Australia, it's Uru, guys. It's Uru.